Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful strategy for making consistent forward progress. It's drawn from an incredible sermon by Apostle Selman. If you've ever felt like you're stuck in a loop, taking two steps forward only to get knocked one step back, then this framework we're exploring today might just be the way out you've been looking for. So let's get right into it.
This is a feeling so many of us know all too well, right? The source material actually calls it epileptic progress, which is such a vivid way to put it. It's that cycle where you're on top of the world one day and then somehow back at square one the next. You get the job, but then you lose it. A big opportunity shows up, and then poof, it's gone. So what is actually going on here?
Well, according to the source, our journey was never meant to be a roller coaster. Check this out. This verse from Proverbs, it paints a totally different picture. It describes a path of constant upward momentum, a life where every single day builds on the last and your tomorrow is always brighter than your yesterday. That's the goal.
Okay, so if that's the ideal, what's holding us back? What's stopping us? The sermon points to one single major obstacle that keeps us anchored in place, pretty much sabotaging our own forward movement. And it all comes down to how we deal with our past.
And here's the big idea. The main reason we get stuck is because we are obsessed with what's already happened. And get this, it doesn't matter if it was a huge victory or a crushing failure. The key, as the Apostle Paul puts it in Philippians, is forgetting those things which are behind, so we can actually press forward to what's next. Now, what's so fascinating is how this gets broken down. Of course, a negative past can be crippling. It creates fear and discouragement, and it just kills your motivation. But a positive past, it can be just as dangerous. It leads to complacency, to pride, and a total lack of discipline. Both sides of this coin can bring your progress to a screeching halt.
The source gives us this brilliant analogy to think about. Victory is a good thing, of course it is. But over-celebrating it, that's like putting food in the microwave for way too long. The very thing that was a blessing suddenly becomes damaging to your progress. It gets burnt out. And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the idea that our past achievements, they have an expiration date. The applause you get for one level of success is meant to push you to the next one, not keep you stuck on the same stage. Once you've learned to walk, hey, it's time to run, and then it's time to fly.
So the big question is, how do we escape this trap? The source lays out a really practical two-part strategy, and the very first key is all about building the right foundation, and that starts with our mindset.
So that foundation is what the sermon calls a broken heart. And just to be super clear, we're not talking about sadness here. It means having a heart that is soft, that's flexible, teachable, and humble. It's a heart that always acknowledges that our achievements come from a source that's way beyond our own strength. You see, humility isn't weakness. It's actually a strategic shield. The source calls it the safest position you can possibly take. After all, you can't fall when you're already on your knees, right? It's the one thing that protects your success from the self-sabotage that always comes with pride. All right, now for the second key, and this one builds directly on that humble foundation. So if humility is the base that keeps us safe, then continuous learning is the engine that actually drives us forward. And this right here, this is the core of a real learner's mindset. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved or how much you think you know. You have to stay a student. The moment you think you know it all is the exact moment you stop growing, period. But listen, it's not just about learning anything. The sermon makes this really crucial distinction between what it calls scattered knowledge, which is like dew in the air, it's there, but it's not useful, and structured knowledge. Now that is like water in a bucket. It's been collected, it's been distilled, and it's ready to be used to get real results. So this breaks down the process beautifully. You see, you don't just consume information randomly. First, you gather it. Then you distill it. You separate the signal from the noise. And finally, you apply that focused, structured knowledge to take actions that actually make a difference. Okay, so we've got a foundation of humility and the powerful engine of continuous learning. Now let's bring this all together into a clear, actionable path that you can start using today. So here it is, the whole strategy boiled down. Number 1, acknowledge the trap. See how your past, good or bad, might be holding you back. Number 2, stay grounded. Use humility as a shield to protect your progress. And number 3, remain a student, always. This is a strategy that can finally break that frustrating 2 steps forward, 1 step back cycle. so you can constantly push forward, always reaching for that next level.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one last question to really think about. What yesterday is blurring your vision for tomorrow? Is it a past failure that's creating fear? Or is it maybe a past success that's creating a little too much comfort and complacency? Identifying it, that might just be the key to unlocking your entire future.